Hey scrappers, it's Vanessa here, and today I have a process video for Colorware Studios, and I am using the new August kit, which features a lot of Pink Fresh and their Ordinary Joys collection. The kit itself is called Everyday Joys. So I'll have in the description box below a link to the shop. So if you are interested in picking up this kit, you can hop over there. And so what I'm going to do is before, or to get started, I'm going to kind of talk real time about what I'm going to do, because I'm going to do some of this off camera just because I'm going to be fussy cutting and cutting the paper, and so that's not particularly fun, but I figure I will show you what I'm going to do. So you saw my photo. So this is a cup of coffee, or a cup of coffee being brewed, which is an everyday occurrence for me. It is definitely my favorite thing first thing in the morning, is to brew a cup of coffee. And so I'm documenting my perfect everyday, and I'm going to be using one of the acrylic for my title, so you'll see that as we go. But this is going to be the photo that I'm scrapbooking. I have a white cardstock. This is from my stash. So I'm going to set my photo off to the side, and then start with this one. This blue paper here, which was the Stay Curious, I'm actually just going to use it to matte my photo. So that's the only thing that this paper is going to do, is just matte my photo. And so I'm going to do that off camera because, again, matting a photo, not that exciting. And so here is what I'm going to do off camera. I'm going to get basically the base of things glued down, and then I'll finish the rest of the layout on camera. But for this paper here, which is Go With The Flow, I am going to, at this, hopefully you can see it, at this here, this, could you call it a wave? At this wave, and then taking this wave here and then back to that wave, I'm going to cut this paper right there, all the way across. So hopefully you can see that. So I'm going to go up and over and then there. And that's going to be the bottom part of my layout. And then if I bring it up here, see where the very lightest one starts. So it goes here and then it comes up here. This is going to be the top of my page. So I'm going to cut out this section here, and that's going to be white on my page where this is. So hence the white paper. So this part here is going to come to the top of the page. From here down is going to be the bottom of the page, and like I said, in here is going to be white. So I'm thinking my photo is going to go around here, give or take. So I'm going to do that part off camera because, again, I'm literally just following the paper and cutting it, and then I'm going to attach it to my background, and that is pretty straightforward. Now this paper, this is the Little Pleasures. So while I love this paper, it's a great geometric. When I saw this paper, I thought that it looked like flowers. And I mean, I think you get that when you look at it. I mean, it definitely, you could say it looks like tiles, but I thought it looked like flowers. So I am going to fussy cut probably these first two rows, and I'm going to cut out all of these images. And then the little one, the circular image, I'm going to layer on top of this, kind of almost looks like petals, a little floral petal. I'm going to layer that on top and create, hopefully, if it works, I'm going to create what will essentially be 9 florals is what I can get out of the top 2 rows. So I'm going to do that fussy cutting off camera and create those flowers. So when I come back, hopefully that's what you'll find. Maybe I'll leave one and we'll do it on camera, but that is what I'm going to do with this paper. So I'm going to bring in, because this reminds me like of coffee colors, definitely a lot of cream in the coffee, but nonetheless coffee colors. And so I'm going to cut those apart to use on this page. So I'm definitely going with a blue and then sort of that cream coffee color. So I'm going to go ahead and off camera do this cutting and putting my background together. I have gone through the kit. I have some enamel dots from my stash, but everything else is from the kit. So as you can see, there is my title. It's going to be Small Joys, because of course, who doesn't love a coffee first thing in the morning or any time of day, really? It is definitely a small joy. And then I have just some other things picked out that I hope, this is sort of my thought of what I'm going to use on this page. So this will be when we come back. So I'm going to go do this bit of homework. And then when we come back, we'll put the layout together. Okay, we are back and I have created my background. I did add some splatters and a little bit of stamping with a coffee ring stamp set from my stash. And I did use Distress Oxide in Faded Jean. And so I did add that to my background. I did that off camera simply because it takes a minute to dry and I wanted to be able to come back on and get this layout created. So with that dry, I am going to take the trim here. This is the blue end, or the blue tone-on-tone polka dot. I love the trims that come in the kit, and this one was awesome, and I knew as soon as I determined I was using this paper and how I wanted to cut it, I knew I wanted to add this frazzle to the top of the bottom part of the page. I don't add it to the top, I only add it here to the bottom, but it adds the perfect little bit of interest and dimension and texture to the page. I absolutely love how it turned out. And so I'm going to fiddle with it here for just a moment because it does want to roll over on itself because obviously it's fabric and it has a mind of its own. And so you're going to see me fiddle with it for a few minutes. I do add some liquid glue off camera, but red line tape would also work if you have that. I probably would stick it down even better. But I do eventually get it here and then we will finish putting this layout together. So while I am fiddling with the trim on the page, I will just talk about my photo a little bit. So the kit is all about everyday joy, and so I couldn't resist documenting what I wish was an everyday joy. And not that it's not, but it's definitely more of a weekend joy. Usually mornings during the week are a little too busy for me to brew my coffee at home and sit in the quiet and have a cup of coffee before I race out the door. Typically I make my coffee at work. So this would definitely be my everyday joy on the weekend. I definitely enjoy that, coming down, brewing a cup of coffee and just kind of sitting and getting ready for the day, and just having that quiet and drinking my coffee. Definitely a small joy, which goes with my title, but something I love, and it's definitely a weekend thing for me. And so that is the photo we're documenting, which goes perfectly with this kit and its theme. So now that I have the trim down, you saw that my title is that acrylic. That is the Small Joys from the acrylic kit. There are great acrylics in the kit this month, and I particularly love that Small Joys. I knew it immediately. I wanted to use it for coffee, because definitely coffee is a small joy. Definitely my love language is a cup of coffee. So yeah, that is what I'm documenting. If you noticed the paper I said at the beginning that I said I wanted to fussy cut and create flowers, I have created the flowers. As you can see, they become sort of the main embellishment on the page. I think I have about 9 of them that I created. And I absolutely love how they turned out. I think that paper was like calling out to become florals. I did rough up the edges of the florals and added an enamel dot to the center of each of the florals, so I absolutely adore how they turned out. And to the center of my Small Joys, I did end up going with the silver, and then I took the 2 acrylic stars in silver, and they're going to go on this page as well, because to me, I love blue and silver together, and so I thought, perfect, I'm going to use that on this page. And then I'm going to have 2 embellishment clusters, one on the bottom right of my photo and one on the top left. So I do get my 3 embellishment clusters that I do love. And so I did not speed this video up very much. So you're going to see me fuss and fiddle with all these embellishment clusters and get them down on the page. But this is basically how I create. I kind of play around, jump around, until I get sort of a combination that I like. I basically went through the kit and said, give me all the coffee related items, give me anything blue in all the different tones. And then I loved the little houses, so I have quite a few of those on the page as well. And so I love how this page turned out, and I love the florals. I can't say it enough. Your pattern papers, look at them and see, if you like to fussy cut, always look at your pattern papers and see if there's something you can fussy cut from them to make your own embellishments. I really love that pattern paper, like I said, for those florals. So there you can see I have sort of a big embellishment cluster around my title, and then I have 2 embellishment clusters on either side of the photo. And now I'm just kind of taking the little star pieces, the acrylics, and different bits and pieces, some of the wood, and I did get 2 of the fuzzy hearts on this page. Love them. They're awesome. So I got 2 of those. I got all my favorite things on this page because blue is my favorite color, so it worked out perfect. But basically, once I finished sort of fussing around with this, that's pretty much going to do it for this page. I do glue everything down off camera. I will have in the description box below a link to the shop. Go grab this kit. It's a great one. You don't want to miss it this month. And still photos will be coming up in just a moment. And I think that is it. So I will have videos up every Friday for the month. So with that, guys, still photos are next, and I will catch you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.